Hey guys, Miss Rice here. I'm going to show you some different ways to dye some Easter eggs this year. You can use stuff at home that you have, even like some natural dyes using vegetables and stuff like that. But I'm going to show you some other ways. So first you want to have an adult help you boil some eggs. So I have a boiled egg right here. And while it is still hot, I'm going to show you these Crown Resist. Are you seeing them? The Crown Resist ones right here in front. And so I'm going to take a crayon, and while it's still hot, so we're going to do some crayon. You're going to just color on them if you want. So I'm going to do some polka dots, and you can kind of feel it kind of start melting as you're doing this. And I'm just going to color. Then I'm going to take 3/4 cup of hot water. So you're going to want to have an adult help you pour your hot water for your egg. And I did 3/4 cup. Then you're going to add 1 tablespoon of some white vinegar into your hot water. So the tablespoon is the big T. And then whatever color food coloring you want to use. So I'm going to use some red. 7, 8, 9, 10. If you want a darker color, you're going to leave it in there longer and add more. Take a spoon to gently put it down into the water. And let it sit there for a couple minutes. Make sure it's all covered up. And then I cut some paper towel rolls to where I am going to put my eggs on. So, here you go, CRE, miss ya. And that is our first egg. Okay. So our next egg is going to be a tie-dye one, and this one you're going to have to let it set with the fan for 3 hours or let it set overnight. So I'm going to take my hard-boiled egg, a paper towel, wrap, and this one you want to make sure you wear some gloves. Wrap your egg in your paper towel, twist tie it or have a rubber band and wrap around it. Then you're going to take your colors, and remember your color scheme. So make sure you're putting the correct colors together. So I'm going to use my purple or my red, my blue, a little bit of yellow, and some green. So I'm just going to make a little dots with my food coloring. So blue and green could go together next to each other. You can leave a little white space if you want in between. You don't have to. I'm gonna put some yellow up here. Maybe some red in between the yellow and the blue. You don't have to fill it up with color if you don't want to. It's your egg, you decide. Okay, so after you have your colors where you want them, you're going to take a spray bottle full of water and just spray it. If you spray it a lot, it will be a light and you won't have very much color, bright colors. So I've sprayed it, and then I'm just going to set it in a glass bowl in the refrigerator overnight, or you can put it next to a fan for 3 hours to let it dry. All right, guys, so our next egg is going to be a galaxy egg. So I know you guys are really going to enjoy that. So this egg, you cannot, because we're going to be using fingernail polish, we cannot eat the egg inside. So we're going to have to empty out the egg yolk. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to poke a hole with the small hole in the top of my egg. So I'm just using a push pin. So you're going to want to have an adult help you with this. You're also going to want to use gloves with this, and you're going to want to have a window open or do it outside. And then I'm going to come to the bottom of my egg and make a hole a little bigger. So what I do is I just take this and just use it a couple times, the push pin, to make that hole a little bigger. You kind of also want to break the yolk inside, so you might have to use something a little stronger. Well, all right. So I'm going to shake it a little to kind of help break it up. And then I'm going to blow on the top hole to push the egg out to the bottom. And you kind of see it. Might want to come make the hole a little bigger at the bottom. You don't want it too big. You can kind of hear it shaking in there. So second graders, it's kind of like when we were making our crazy hair emotions art and we were blowing through the straw with the paint. So make sure you're not blowing in the egg yolk into your mouth. This one's not working quite as well. So if you are careful and you don't get any egg yolk or eggshells into your egg yolk, you can cook it up for breakfast. Make some scrambled eggs. Okay, so all my egg yolk is out of there. So I'm gonna go rinse it really well and make on the inside, make sure all that's out of there too. Okay guys, so I've rinsed out my egg, the egg yolk out of there, and I have a cup of lukewarm water, and I probably just filled it just about halfway. And I'm going to take some blue, some purple, fingernail polish. So I just went to the Dollar General to pick this up. And I'm just going to pour some in there. And it's pretty strong. That's where you want to have the window open. Or do it outside. And next I'm going to use my blue. And you will think that maybe it's going down to the bottom, but it's not really. And last, you want to use black. You don't want to do the black first because it will sink to the bottom. So you want to have it on the top. And it's a little thicker, the black, so I'm going to just make some lines. Back and forth. And so my lines are going vertical, and I want to rotate my cup and make them go horizontal, so side by side. Then I'm going to take my egg and cover the top and the bottom hole, and I'm going to dip it in there, and you want to do it kind of slowly, but not too quickly and not too slow. Okay, and then you're going to turn it around. You can do it on the other side. I don't think I added enough fingernail polish, so what I did is just kind of smooth it a little bit with my finger. You can even leave some of those white spots in there as kind of stars if you want, or part of the galaxy. which kind of makes it leaving using your finger, because it kind of helps create some of those white spots even more. Then, I don't have any silver glitter at home, so some people, you could use some white paint with an old toothbrush and splatter paint that. We all know how to do that. But I do have some silver or some blue glitter, so I'm just going to take some of that and kind of sprinkle it on there. And there is my galaxy one. Okay, after you've taken your egg for the galaxy out, do not pour this down the drain. Do not put fingernail polish down the drain. So just let it set, and the finger polish will get a little hard after a while, and you can pull it out, and then you can dump the water out. All right, for our last egg, we're going to do a marbling with oil. So I'm going to take some very hot water, 1 cup of it. And the first thing we have to do is dye the background of our egg. And then I'm going to take some food coloring. So I'm going to use blue, and since we're doing the liquid food coloring, we probably want to add about 25 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and I'm going to stop right there because that looks pretty dark actually. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vinegar. So the teaspoon is the smaller T, and it's TSP. And then I'm going to gently lower my egg inside and let it sit for about 8 minutes, and then come back to it. Okay, so after my 8 to 10 minute timer, I'm going to pull it out. Okay, after you've let it sit in the dye for about 8 to 10 minutes, you're going to set it and let it dry for another 10 minutes before we stick it into the other solution. So I'm just going to stick it right here and let it dry for 10 minutes. Okay, after your 10-minute timer and your egg is dry, you're going to get about 1 inch of fresh water. So I just estimated at the bottom here by measuring cup. I'm going to make sure, I'm going to add green this time. And I'm going to add a lot more to make sure it's darker than the blue was. So we did probably about 25 in there. And I hope I have enough here. It looks like it's darker than my blue. And now I'm going to take some oil. Any kind of cooking oil should work. And I'm going to do 1 tablespoon. And that's the one with the TBSP, usually a capital T. Next, I'm going to gently stir it until it creates some kind of swirls. I'm going to stir it gently to create some swirls and bubbles with the oil. And I'm going to gently put in my egg and just kind of move it around a little. You can even put some on top. Just experiment with it. It's your egg. Make it fun. The longer you let it set in there, the more marbleized it will become. And there is my last marbleized egg. So I hope you guys will have fun making these eggs and do it together as a family. I would love to see some pictures on Facebook and Twitter. Miss you guys. Miss doing art with you. Bye.